My name's David Adams. I'm an old friend of Pazuzu's. I've known her for a little over a decade. And we used to get into some shit. People would come to Pazuzu's house because they knew it was free reign. There was no rules, no anything that you had to abide by. You could piss in his carpet, you could smash a TV, you could hit somebody in the head with a beer bottle, you could throw a knife at his wall. It just didn't matter.
You knock on the door and immediately you hear a shit ton of dogs barking. And then Pazuzu answers the door. You're greeted with this smell of just ammonia and urea. It just smells like straight urine and rotting matter, greets you as soon as that door is opened. He was crazy looking enough, with the long ratty ass dreadlocks and all his teeth filed down to a point, which later come to find out he did high as hell on meth one day.
There was always black metal blaring at ungodly ear-shattering volumes. There was always glass getting smashed, people fighting.
It's just like dirt and shit, like just nasty.
People will get so drunk there that human beings would just pop a squat in a corner and take a crap, and God knows when it would get cleaned up, or the dogs might eat it, or whatever.
You walked into his kitchen, it was just like any other kitchen until he opened up his dishwasher. When he opened up his dishwasher, it was filled with serious weapons.
There was people naked like it was nothing. He tried to have orgies and trying to manipulate people into having sex and doing whatever they wanted to do.
You can do whatever the you want.
Nobody's pointing their finger at me. Nobody's judging me.
It was just free reign.
It's like this mad place where you can act out your darkest and sickest fantasies to no judgment. And actually, I can see the appeal for a generation here who is having a hard time even finding a job. The idea that you can go somewhere judgment-free with no pressure on you, somebody's gonna give you drugs and let you behave however you want, there's an appeal to that.
He loved filth. Like he believed it gave him like some type of weird power.
Everything on the surface was ugly and it was nasty, but it was fun, it was cool, it was, intoxicating, just like drugs.